don't know about you, but I love chicken parmesan and I've actually never made it. So today I am going to attempt to make some chicken parmesan with angel hair pasta. So I'm going to start with my chicken breast, and here I have 4 pretty sizable chicken breasts without the skin. The first thing I want to do is place them in a Ziploc bag and just give them a good pounding. I just want to make sure that they're not too thick, and this will also help tenderize my meat. I'm going to use some very simple seasonings today, so I'm just going to use some Lawry's seasoning salt, garlic powder, pepper, and onion powder, and that's it for my seasoning. Now I'm just going to give my chicken a light seasoning. I don't like to use too much seasoning, but again, I don't like to give specific measurements of how much you should use of this or how much you should use of that, because everybody's taste buds are different. I might like more garlic powder, you might like more onion powder. So just go ahead and season your meat to taste, and that's going to give you the best result. Not what I like, but what you like. I've prepared a light egg wash for my chicken, and I'm going to use Italian breadcrumbs. Now you can use flour as well, but I'm just going to stick with these 2 for my meat today. So everything is seasoned. I'm just going to take my chicken and dip it in the egg wash and just kind of let all of the excess drip off. And then I'm just going to take it and put it in my breadcrumbs and give it a nice coating. I don't want to make it too thick, but again, it's up to you. You might like a little more thick crust on your chicken. And I'm just going to do this for all 4 pieces and get it ready for frying. I need to brown my chicken on both sides, and I've decided I'm going to use butter today. Now you can use olive oil or Crisco or however you want to brown it, but I'm going to use some delicious butter. Ooh, look at all that bubbly butter. So I'm just going to place my chicken in the skillet and let it soak up all that buttery goodness. I'm only going to put 2 in at a time because these are pretty big pieces of chicken and I don't want to overcrowd the pan, but we want to give each side about 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, I'd say. So these are ready to turn. Again, I don't want to cook them all the way through because I'm going to finish them off in the oven, but that's perfect. I like the color that I've got here, and I'm just going to let this cook for another 2 minutes and then get it ready for the oven. These look delicious. Okay, I'm going to take these out of the pan and cook my last 2 pieces, and then we'll be ready to start prepping them to go in the oven. I've got my baking dish ready, and I'm just going to give it a good spray with some nonstick Pam. It just makes for an easier cleanup when my dish comes out of the oven. It's not as sticky and it's easier for me to wash. So the first thing I want to do is I have some marinara sauce, and I just want to put a light layer on the bottom of my pan. Now I didn't make any homemade marinara sauce. I bought it off the shelf at my local grocer. There are so many good options out there. You don't have to spend all day and make it from homemade. They have low sodium options. I mean, there are just a lot of choices and a lot of different brands, and most of them are really delicious. So I just want to give it a good layer on the bottom, and then I'm going to just place my chicken breast right on top. Now that I have all of my chicken in the dish, I'm going to top it with a little more marinara. I don't want it too heavy, but I do want a light coating of the sauce on top of my chicken. So I'm just going to pour a little bit on, and then I'm just going to spread it in a thin coat on top of all of my chicken. And clearly you can't have chicken parmesan without the mozzarella cheese. Now, you can buy the mozzarella in the bag already shredded, but I think if you shred it yourself, it tends to melt better. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's the preservatives or something in the bag cheese, but I find that if I shred it myself or if I slice it myself, the cheese melts a lot nicer. And I'm also going to add some shredded Parmesan cheese. Can't have chicken parmesan without parmesan. So I'm going to make this nice and gooey and cheesy. I'm just so excited right now. And we're ready for the oven. I've preheated to 350 and I'm going to let this bake for about 25 to 30 minutes, I think is all it'll take. So I'm just going to salt and oil some water because I'm going to be serving my chicken parmesan with some angel hair pasta. That's always my pasta of choice. You can use spaghetti, you can use fettuccine, whatever pasta you like, but I like to break my pasta in half. I know some people like to put the whole thing in, but I like to break it in half. It just, to me, everything goes in at the same time. It's boiling evenly, and I just want to give it a good stir to mix up that oil and salt and let that do its thing. And I've pulled my parmesan out of the oven and it is bubbling and looking so good. And there you have it, you guys. That's my chicken parmesan. This is the first time I've cooked this, so I'm pretty excited. It looks good. I've got some cheesy garlic bread that I just popped out of the oven. And I've got some grated Parmesan cheese, some crushed red pepper, and I made myself a nice little side salad. And what is an Italian meal without a good bottle of Cabernet? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit the notifications button so you'll be the first to know when I upload new videos. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest at Simply Ormandy. Ciao!